Welcome to the English Institute of Sport here in Sheffield for the final day, day 3 of the BUCS Indoor National Championships 2019, and it is a big day today. This afternoon we have many finals on the track. We've got some qualifiers this morning as well. The women's 200 metres and 400 metres semis. They'll be starting in, well, about 45 minutes time. But in the field, we begin in under 10 minutes time. We've got the final of the women's triple jump and the women's shot put as well. We've got the pole vault B final and the long jump finals as well. So about 5 hours of field activities and even more on the track. So on the track we've got the 200 metre women, the 400 metre women, then we go into the middle distance, 3,000 and 400s, ending with 800 finals, 1,500 finals, and then the relays. There was great drama in the relays yesterday. We had disqualifications, reinstatements, great times. But all eyes will be on Morgan Lake later on, as there are rumours that she will be attempting a British record. So make sure you stay tuned for that one. These National Indoor Track Championships, part of a fantastic weekend of sport here in the Steel City. 8 sports, over 6 venues in Sheffield, from the English Institute of Sport here right over to the legendary Ponds Forge swimming pool as well. And we'll be bringing you all of the action from both here and there today. And if you want to follow all the results from the other sports, not just this weekend, but throughout the British university season, of course, we're celebrating 100 years of university sport in the UK with BUCS this year. Then make sure you follow BUCS on all of the regular social media platforms for news on the many sports and the many huge events as well. It really is coming to the business end of the university sports season. We have these indoor championships. BUCS Big Wednesday is coming up soon, as is the knockout phases of BUCS Super Rugby. If you're a rugby fan and you've never watched BSR, then you really are missing out, because it's one of the most entertaining leagues in the country at any level. And their final will be at Twickenham on the 10th of April. But I'm looking far too far into the future, because we get underway here in around about 5 or 6 minutes time with the final of the women's triple jump, before we get involved with the track with the women's 200 metres at around about 25 to 11. Before we get underway, it's very important to say thank you to all of our partners. We'll kick things off with Cookery, the official kit supplier. They've got a brand new range out this year, and they do supply wonderful kit for everyone here at BUCS. So take a look at this, celebrating 100 years of university sport with Cookery. Thank you once again to Cookery, but also to outgoing Camp America and Ashaway for their continued support of BUCS sport, celebrating 100 years of British university sport this year at the BUCS Nationals 2019. If you are just joining us, a very warm welcome to the EIS here in Sheffield. We'll be getting underway in a couple of minutes' time. In the field, the triple jump women's final begins at 10 o'clock.
Triple jump. Good morning everyone and welcome to the English Institute of Sport for the third and final day of the 2019 BUCS Indoor Track and Field Championships. And getting our women's triple jump competition underway there was the University of East London students. Respectful blue hairs and actually blue blue vest. Every Richardson there heading the competition underway. He's studying for senior continentals this year. Keep an eye on the scoreboard and you will get and unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, to see the red flag race. Field Championships are one of 8 sports that make up the BUCS nationals. Those 8 sports are taking place across 6 venues in and around Sheffield. 2019 was the last centennial of British University sport. To see how this is being celebrated.
We're about to get underway with day 3 of the BUCS Indoor Championships 2019. First event in the field is qualifying. And the final for the women's triple jump. And here goes our first athlete from University of Nottingham. Look to be behind the board. The official just out of your shot reaches for the white flag, so we'll await confirmation of the distance. But that is the first complete jump of today. 11:14 is the provisional distance on the first attempt.
certainly 13 metres per cross jump in our back pocket.
That was worrying on Kingston.
Actually, it was on Durham's, it wasn't on that.
Oh, is it that? Is it that?
55
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, we need. And then you're.
And then I'm yeah, first come, first served. But it does seem stupid being in the middle of these two that are
You could be a rose between two roses.
almost good.
oh yeah, I think when I very first
And so that was Heather Ashton's third cross medal.
She said whether it's the actual replace job or the mission
Second attempt of the final then for Laura Zielor from Birmingham. She jumped 12.05 in the heats to qualify for this morning's final. Take off well behind the line, but never found the rhythm. And the red flag goes up. That'll be a no jump for Birmingham's Zielor. Alex Russell from Liverpool, one of the top qualifiers. She jumped 12 meters 70. In fact, that was the top qualification distance. Full 25 centimetres ahead of Avian Richardson from East London. So this is her second attempt. The white flag goes up. Still a little bit of room to manoeuvre on that takeoff board as well. So only 4 qualifiers up over 12 metres. And there's Alex Russell, who we've just seen, Kiana Reid from Brunel, but 13.39. That'll take her into first place in the second round. There's Kiana Reid from Brunel. 13.39, the current lead then. Again, Reid doesn't get the rhythm. No jump for her in round 2. Donnell Orelanadam from Nottingham. The last person to qualify. 11 meters 7 for her yesterday. But with a few athletes yet to register a jump, it's a good chance for the Nottingham athlete to get herself on the leaderboard. Which she will. Up goes the white flag. Doesn't look too happy with it. Remember, 11 meters 7 in qualification for her. Keep your eye on that board in the bottom right. That'll be the first time we get her distance measured. Short of yesterday's qualification, but a score on the board, 10.84 for Orelanadam. Victoria Oshin-Remy, University of London, 11.66 for her in qualification. It's the first event of the day, the women's triple jump. About 20 minutes away from getting the action underway on the track. We've got the 200-meter women. Also some shot put going on in about 10 minutes as well. But Oshin-Remy gets underway. Landed on the board, a long way back from that black line. Looks a bit short of what she came up with yesterday, 11.66. Second round jump for her. And doesn't look entirely happy with that, a little bit short of the qualification, 11.53. They're all still chasing Alexandra Russell. She's gone up over 13 meters, the first to do so in the competition. In fact, the only person to do so in the competition. And this is Madeline Smith from Oxford. It's 11.68 was her qualification distance. That looked like she's overstepped to me, and the red flag went up pretty quickly. Good half a foot over the line, so that'll be no score in the second round for Oxford's Maddie Smith. Carolyn Harvey for Strathclyde. 11.65 for her yesterday. Red flag goes up, so a no score for her in round 2.
And she will be followed in the circle by Harvard University's Barbara, who is had an excellent skill. She will be combined against international policeman's match at the 9th Arena, and she was serving as a player of the England combined against championships for Helen Barber, who will be second in the circle. He just chose to throw.
Livy Connor for Birmingham. 11 meters 39 for Livy Connor. That's what she qualified with yesterday. Steps well back from the board, so that'll be a second round white flag for her. It's 11.15 in the first round for Livy Connor. Has she got 12 meters in the tank? We're about to find out. Not this time. And again, a little bit short of her qualification distance. That's been the case for everyone, apart from Alex Russell so far. Grace Sullivan from Brunel, the penultimate jumper in round 2 of this final. And to end round 2, Alex Burns from Edinburgh tries to get a bit of rhythm on the go. 11.41 in qualification for her. How'll she go in the second round? Looks good. The judge likes it as well. The white flag goes up. This will go on the scoreboard for Burns. She's in the 11s. And it is longer than yesterday's qualification jump for her. 11.41 becomes 11.46 for Alex Burns. Back to the top of the shop then. Round 3 rolling around pretty quickly in the final of this women's triple jump. Avian Richardson from East London, 12 meters 45 for her in qualification. She'll be looking towards the podium. But 13.36 is the current lead. Alexandra Russell from Liverpool, the one who's achieved it. Seems to be having a bit of problem with the PA system. But instead, Avion Richardson takes matters into her own hands. 13-19. It's her lead score so far. Again, she doesn't look too happy. The white flag's gone up. So this will count. How long is it? Will it be enough to get her on the podium? East London's Avion Richardson. 11.34. It's well short of her best. Oh, sorry, 12.34. Might just be enough to get it onto the podium, but certainly not on the top step. Next up, Beth Mortiboy from Nottingham. Here's Laura Zieler from Birmingham. She waits, but right now it's the turn of Beth Mortiboy from Nottingham. It's a good takeoff. Should be a white flag as well, and it is. It's in the 11s for Mortiboy, so no medal for her today. Consistent jumping. Not enough to trouble the leaders. Laura Zieler from Birmingham needs a big return here. She was ranked in the top 4 in qualification. .12.23 is her top score at the moment. Her furthest distance. If she betters that, she has a great chance of picking up silver or bronze. Here's Zieler for Birmingham. So no jump for her in the second round. That will count, but is it longer than 12.23? She doesn't look sure. Shrug of the shoulders. She knows before we do. 12.38, so an improvement for Zieler. And as it stands, that could get her into silver or bronze position, but Alexandra Russell, the current competition leader, 13.38 in round 2. Here she goes, 13.38 is her current benchmark score. The distance that will give her gold. Oh, this looks big as well. She likes it. Here's the gold medal going back to Liverpool. Don't think anyone's going to come near 13 meters, let alone 13.38. She's in the 13s again. It's 13.33, so incredibly consistent final jumping. And that should be enough to see her standing on the top step later today. Kiana Reid from Brunel. No, she needs a huge jump. Needs to be well in the 12 meters to guarantee her podium place. She's miles behind the board. But after a no jump in the second round. So 12.38, Laura Zieler, currently enough for the podium. What's Kiana Reid got? Will that prayer be enough? 12:40. It just might be, you know, 12:44 for Kayana Reid. Puts her ahead of Laura Zielor. Donnell Arolanandam from Nottingham. Well, during this triple jump final, they're just lining up for the first heat of the women's 200 meters. I'll attempt to bring you some coverage of that as well, but in the meantime, let's concentrate on Donnell Arolanandam from Nottingham. 11:07 in qualifiers for her. All about the personal best. She was pretty close to the board, and that's being double checked as well. In fact, it was a very, very accurate takeoff. The white flag's gone up. So will it be up over 11:07? No, in the 10s again. So she has managed to get over 11 seconds in this competition. I say 11 seconds, I definitely meant 11 meters. Victoria Oshin-Remy of London, 11:66. 12:44, 13:35, 12:38. They're the current jumps in the medal position, so it's going to be a big ask here for Oshin-Remy. Following this jump, we'll jump over to the 200-meter sprint heats. But Oshin-Remy starts towards the board, just about makes the pit. The white flag should go up as well, and it does. So this will count for Oshin-Remy. But again, she doesn't look particularly happy with the outcome. It's not going to be enough for a medal today. It is in the 11s, 11:72, so an improvement, but no medal for her today. As we take our attention to the track, heat 1 of the women's 200 meters. In lane 1 on the inside from East Anglia, it's Ellie Bandy. Teresa Yanatelli from Cardiff goes in 2. Laura Bevington Durham in 3. Shakira Madeva of Oxford in 4. Jordan Andrews does not start in lane 5. And Paige Fairclough from Hertfordshire goes on the outside in lane 6. 200 meters, 1 lap of the track. The winner guarantees qualification for the next round. And the next best 18 times will all be in the semi-finals as well. Heat 1 of 12 in the women's 200 meters. And we do get away. Paige Fairclough looked like she got stopped in the blocks, but since then she has eaten up the track. Going into the back straight, Ellie Bandy of East Anglia also going well in lane 1, but Paige Fairclough going very well on the outside. Pretty dominant from her, but keep your eye on Ellie Bandy. 18 qualification spots up for grabs with best times, but Paige Fairclough 24.92 the clock stops at, and she's going to take this heat quite comfortably on the track. 24.92 for Paige Fairclough. She guarantees qualification for the next round. Everybody else will be relying on good times. But back to the triple jump. Madeline Smith. Sorry, Carolyn Harvey of Strathclyde. It's got 12 metres in her, about halfway down the board with the takeoff. That could be close to 12, you know. And it's going to be some effort to get her on the podium. And in terms of performance, she's looking to improve on the 11.65 that she qualified in. It's in the 11s again for Carolyn Harvey. Marginally shorter, 11.23 for her. A few jumps remaining in that competition. We've got Livy Connor up next in those Birmingham colours, then Grace Sullivan and Alex Burns still to come in round 3. 13.38 the current lead for Alexandra Russell. But here's Livy Connor from Birmingham. 11.39 for her in qualification. Again, good takeoff. Just on that whiteboard. Just lining up for heat 2 in the women's 200 metres. After Paige Fairclough of Hertfordshire cruised home to take the first one. 11.60 for Livy Connor, so an improvement for her. Grace Sullivan, Brunel. There is Grace Sullivan. Really compact technique. Looking to better 11.60. As they get called to their marks in Heat 2. Darian Thompson from Wolverhampton in 1. Yvette Westwood, Birmingham 2. Emily Weaver, Swansea in 3. Hannah Malpass, Newcastle in 4. Abigail Tikaram, Glasgow in 5. Megan Loney, Manchester in 6. Tikaram of Glasgow does not start in lane 5. And we are away first time. Really good start for Yvette Westwood from Birmingham. She's already catching up with lane 4's Hannah Malpass, and Megan Loney's in her sights as well. This is a wonderful first half of the race for the Birmingham sprinter, and she'll come round the bend into the home straight with a very healthy lead. The battle for second and third is on, but Birmingham's Yvette Westwood takes it, and Hannah Malpass second place, 25.13. So both winners so far in the 25s, and first place guarantees themselves qualification. The 18 best times in behind them will also qualify. $11.62 for Alex Burns. We just missed that. And as we move into round 4 of the triple jump competition, we've got some numbers to crunch, but we do know that Alexandra Russell, Laura Zielor and Kiana Reid will definitely feature, and they're currently in first, second and third positions respectively. Russell from Liverpool, the only jumper over 13 metres at the moment, 13.38 and 13.35 registered jumps for her in rounds 1, 2 and 3 of the final.
In lane 4, representing Queen Margaret University, the bronze medalist was Dr. University of Championships last year, Stella Anderson. Then a lost spider in lane 5, representing Bath University, Summer 20, and it was born in Scotland.
Heat 3 of the women's 200 metres. Yvette Westwood of Birmingham and Paige Fairclough of Hertfordshire already have safe passage into the semi-finals. In Heat 3, we have Rachel Ewart of Stirling, Amy Matt, King's College in 2. In lane 3, Laura Pidival of Hertfordshire in 4. Selina Henderson of Queen Margaret. In lane 5, Eleanor Grove of Bath. And Lydia Rogers goes in lane 6. All 6 get away safely. It's been a pretty consistent start as well. The outside lanes, Grove and Rogers seem to be going well, as does Henderson from Queen Margaret as they go up the bank around the final bend. Now Selina Henderson starts to come through. 25.13, the fastest time so far. This one's not over though. Rogers, Grove and Henderson all going well, but Henderson takes it 25.59. Selina Henderson books her place in the semi-final. That's the time she stopped the clock in, 25.59 for Selina Henderson. Alex Burns from Edinburgh. Round 4 jump for her. Looks a good jump as well. Looks a good effort. Red flag's gone up. Looked close to me. But that will be a no score in round 4 for Alex Burns. Carolyn Harvey from Strathclyde. Great crowd in here, getting behind all the triple jumpers early on this Sunday morning. White flag for Carolyn Harvey. It's to knock on 12 metres after qualifying with 11.65, does Harvey. Is it going to be this time? Nope, still in the 11s. And that's a full metre behind the current bronze medal jump as we wait for Madeline Smith. They're just lining up for Heat 4 of the 200 metres. That'll start after the Oxford jumper's 4th attempt. She's another who'd like to get up towards 12 metres in this competition. And that one might have a chance as well. Well, they're called to their marks in Heat 4 of the 200. It's 11.69 for Smith. So let's go back to the track. Rebecca Matheson, Robert Gordon in 1, Sarah Malone, Edinburgh 2, Annabelle Wright, Leeds in 3, Ailsa Marsh, Aberdeen in 4, Hannah Greenlane, Nottingham Trent in 5, Megan Pilley, Liverpool John Moores in lane 6. Slow out of the blocks from Hannah Greenlay. She'll have some catching up to do. And Elsa Marsh already goes past her. But look at those inside lanes. Sarah Malone going particularly well in lane 2, as is Matheson from Robert Gordon. In fact, Matheson taking that inside lane and the bend very well, and she'll come into the home straight with a lead. Rebecca Matheson will stop the clock first. It'll be Sarah Malone in behind her in 25.19, so that's up there with the quickest we've seen so far in qualification. 25.19 for Rebecca Matheson from Robert Gordon. Yvette Westwood, the fastest we've had so far today. And the University of London, represented by Victoria Oshin-Remy. She's qualified for this 4th round, but she hasn't looked happy every time she's left the pit thus far in this final. Still not registered a jump of 12 metres as Oshin-Remy. Avion Richardson. Qualified ahead of Kiana Reid, but currently trails her in this final. Needs to go beyond 12.44 to dislodge her from that bronze medal position. It's in the 12s. It's 12.48 for Richardson. So that puts her ahead of both Laura Zieler and Kiana Reid. Zieler on 12.38, Reid on 12.44. So Richardson in silver medal position as it stands. Here is Zieler, looking to topple Richardson, who's just gone ahead of her. We will bring you that score, and then I think we'll be going back to the track for heat 5 of 12 in the women's 200. It's all action here today. So 12.23 for Zieler, so she'll not improve. That's a real battle for the podiums. Looks like the gold medal is going back to Liverpool with Alexandra Russell, but underneath her, fantastic competition happening. 5th heat of the women's 200. Sophie Mills of Leeds Beckett goes in 1. Julia McCarthy, Oxford 2. Louisa Cole, University Central Lancashire in 3. Zoe Thompson, Coventry 4. Izzy Bryant, Brunel in 5. Emily Darragh, Sheffield Hallam in 6. They're called to the line whilst Kiana Reid took her attempt in round 4. See if I can bring you a score for that one while they're waiting for their marks here. It's in the 11s for Reid, so she won't improve. 11.91 for her. She's still in bronze medal position. So here we go with heat 5. Mills in 1, McCarthy 2, Cole 3, Thompson 4, Bryant 5, Darragh 6. And again, we get away first time. And Izzy Bryant from Brunel going very well in lane 5, being ably chased down by Coventry's Zoe Thompson. They're kind of leaving everybody else in their wake here. Who's going to come onto the home straight first? Thompson of Coventry in 4, Bryant of Brunel in 5. Bryant's going to take this one. It could be under 25 seconds, and it is. The first sub-25 qualification we've had. Izzy Bryant from Brunel. But Zoe Thompson should have done enough to qualify there. The top 18 qualifiers will join the winners of all the sprints. There'll be 30 in the semi-final. And amidst all of that, we had another 13.30 something from Alex Russell. 13.34 for her, so her top jump still 13.38, and she still leads the BUCS indoor triple jump final. Alex Burns from Edinburgh, standing by for her round 5 jump. Here goes Burns from Edinburgh. It's a good distance from her. That's the start of round 5. The men's pole vault is underway on the far side as well, as is the shot put. 3 simultaneous events going on.
He has the best performance of 15 since last year. So sure he wants to come from Harry Jones. Bar against
Carolyn Harvey of Strathclyde, 11.20 in round 4. Still a top jump of 11.65. That came yesterday in qualification. Here is Harvey. Hopefully we'll get a result for that before we go to heat 6. 11.34 for her, so very quickly through the runners and riders in heat 6. Molly Connors of Bath in 1, Emily Strickland Newcastle in 2, Paula Houston Glasgow 3, Molly Adams Loughborough 4, Mercedes Mercer Manchester Met 5, and University of Central London's Franziska Broker goes in lane 6. And away we go. Just the one sprinter under 25 seconds so far. That was in the previous heat, Izzy Bryant from Brunel. But watch Molly Adams from Loughborough here in lane 4, already the head of the pack. And Molly Connors from Bath going quite well on the inside too, as is Emily Strickland from Newcastle. It's going to be Strickland and Adams going for the line. Strickland finishing very strong. She'll pip Molly Adams. 25.79 for Newcastle's Emily Strickland. She takes the win, closely followed by Loughborough's Molly Adams. Once again, the winner guaranteed qualification, and the 18 best qualifiers behind them. Victoria Oshin-Ramey from London. Here goes Oshin-Ramey. She's going from that backboard. If you're wondering why some of the jumps that look like they're only just making the pit are getting bigger distances, it's because there's 2 takeoff distances in the triple jump. That white board that they take off from is adjustable. So the officials have been very busy in moving that backwards and forwards. Of course, it's measured from the end of that board, the full distance of the hop, skip and the jump from the moment they take off first. So here we go, Avian Richardson, she's got eyes on a medal. Can she get up over 12.5 meters? It was 12.48 last time. looks good from here. The white flag goes up as well. So can she strengthen her grip on the silver medal? At the moment, it's Avian Richardson 12:48 from Kayana Reid 12:44. Laura Zila needs a big jump in round 5 and 6. Oh, 12:68. It is an improvement for Richardson. And that puts her in second place outright. And in the means of good sportsmanship, Richardson starts the applause for the champion-elect. Here she goes. I do apologise, that was Laura Zila. That's her opponent for the podium. Let alone Alexandra Russell. They're calling them to the line for Heat 7. That won't be good enough for the Birmingham racer. So Yona Kyle going in 1, Rebecca Walkden in 2, Ash Colvin in 3, Marie Tariwali in 4, Bethany Wells in 5, Amy Odenaya of Cardiff goes in 6. Odenaya of Cardiff Met going well in lane 6, but also in lane 3. Tariwali from King's College making life difficult for her in terms of the automatic qualification spot. And then inside her, Bethany Wells from Exeter as well. But it will be Odenaya from Cardiff Met. Ash Colvin just easing up towards the end. Again, we're under 25 seconds for Odenaya. That'll be automatic qualification for her in Heat 7. Still 5 heats to go before we get onto the men's 200 metres, but safe passage through to the semi-finals for Amy Odenaya of Cardiff Met.
So the history is 24.9 and that is 724.94.
Alexander Russell of Liverpool then. Here is the event leader. 13:38 is her lead jump so far. Consistently above 13 metres today. And again, she is miles above the rest of the competition here. It's a bun fight for silver and bronze. The gold medal is going back to the Northwest. Has she improved on 13:38? Season's best for her today. 13:30 on the nose. It's very consistent. She's done 13:30, 13:35, 13:38 today. Was in the 13:20s at the Brits. So she continues to dominate here at the BUCS indoors. And Alex Burns kicks off round 6, the final round in the women's triple jump competition.
So it's going to be identified which company the whole round.
11:50 for Burns, so that is an improvement in round 6. As we move back to the track for Heat 8 of the women's 200 qualifiers. Sees Jasmine Moss of Northumbria in lane 1, Alice Udenaya, Birmingham in 2, Rebecca Hall, Nottingham in 3, Andrea Graves of Brooks in 4, Lizzie Butler-Clack of Hallam in 5, and Taylor Spence of Robert Gordon in 6. Andrea Graves of Oxford Brookes does not start, so lane 4 will be empty. Will that affect Nottingham's Rebecca Hall in lane 3? Not by the looks of things. It's been a sharp start from her, but inside her, Odenaya from Birmingham tearing up the track in lane 2. And Jasmine Moss has responded in lane 1 as well. Moss really going well on that inside lane and will come around the bend in first place. She's got Birmingham's Odenaya behind her. It's a brave run in the outside from Robert Gordon's Taylor Spence, but 25.29 will be enough for Jasmine Moss to qualify in first place. Taylor Spence will have had those flyers on the inside lane in her peripheral vision as she came round the bend. She had clear track to run into on the back straight. It'll be third place for her. Should be just about enough to qualify for Taylor Spence as well, but Jasmine Moss takes it, and Alice Odenaya of Birmingham in second place. As we go back to the triple jump for Oxford's Madeline Smith. .11.56 in round 6 for Madeline Smith. So that's her competition concluded. 8.18 for Laura Zieler. Needs a competition's best to give her a provisional chance of getting on the podium. At the moment, she trails Avion Richardson and Kiana Reid. 12.44 for Reid, currently the distance that sits her atop the podium in the bronze medal position. 12.38 for Zieler is the competition's best. She'll go after University of London's Victoria Ocean-Remy. Can she throw a spanner in the works? Not quite got her rhythm right today. .11.66 in qualification. Struggled to improve on that in the finals today. For her final jump of the competition, here she goes, Ocean-Remy, University of London. And they're going to check that black board here to see if there's a mark on it. We've not got a flag yet for Ocean-Remy in her final jump. But regardless of the white or red flag, that is the end of her competition as we move into heat 9 of the women's 200 meters. Nobody in lane 1. Beth Pringle leads Beckett in 2. Follow Ogoniemi of Manchester in 3. Falmouth's Chanel Roberts in 4. Melissa Roberts, Cardiff Met in 5. Sharon Jakisa of Aberdeen in 6. It's an empty lane 3 as well, so Beth Pringle's got her own race to run in lane 2, but she's going very well, and she's already gone past Chanel Roberts. However, all the action's on the outside. Sharon Jakisa of Aberdeen and Melissa Roberts of Cardiff Met going toe-to-toe into the back straight, but Roberts is going to come out just in front. Jakisa trying to chase her down, but Melissa Roberts takes it, eases down over the line, but still runs 24.63. The fastest qualifier of the day so far is Melissa Roberts from Cardiff Met, 24.63 in heat number 9 of the women's 200 meters. Here's Laura Zieler then. Last chance to get on the podium for her. .12.38. She needs 12:45 or better. She's miles behind the board. That was a safe takeoff there. Probably lost 10 seconds, 10 centimeters. Keep getting my measurements wrong in flicking between the sprints and the triple jump. I do apologize to everybody watching at home. She doesn't look particularly happy with it. It's in the 12s, but it's 12:24, so not to be today for Zealot. Kayana Reid of Brunel currently in bronze medal position. So she needs to improve. On 12:68, the massive fifth round jump from Avion Richardson currently has her in the silver medal position. She's got a 12:44 registered. The Brunelian. Last chance to improve again, takes off miles behind the ball, but will register a jump. Rhythm didn't look as good as it has done earlier in the competition. Will bronze be what she leaves with? Or could the silver medal be going back her way? No, 12:29 for her, so no improvement. And she'll have to settle for third place. Here's the victory dance for Alexandra Russell then. A BUCS record for her today. 13:38. The gold medal guaranteed. Can she finish this competition in style? It's a good takeoff and another huge jump. Well, she's been absolutely fantastic today. Building on the personal best that she jumped earlier in the year. It's only February as well. Will she be able to take this form into the outdoor season? Really catch people's attention. It's another jump in the 13:30s. Remarkable consistency. And this really does bode well for the season. But there is your gold medalist, your BUCS indoor champion 2019. With a PB and a BUCS record. That's a pretty good day at the office for Alexandra Russell. We move back to the track then. Three heats of the women's 200 meters remaining. Hannah Smith from Exeter goes in lane 1. Jasmine Ballock, University of Central London, in 2. Kirsty McBarnett, West of England, in 3. From Sheffield in 4, Isabel Mills. Nicola Cahill of Northumbria goes in 5. Hayley Mills, Nottingham, in 6.
Last weekend, she became the UK champion of over 200 metres, the GB International, Hayley Mills.
Well, that's some introduction for Hayley Mills in the arena, and it's no surprise. She was fantastic in the 60 metres just 2 days ago. We've had so much action since then. It seems like a lot longer. But she goes in lane 6 on the outside. Just gets faster and faster. Remarkable athlete. Hayley Mills a bit slow out of the blocks, but it doesn't take her long to get up to full speed round that back straight. Just running her own race in a class of her own out there in lane 6. Hannah Smith from Exeter going quite well in lane 1, but it's going to be a race for second place and a good time because Hayley Mills comes off the bend 10, 15 meters ahead of everyone else. 24.27, smashes Melissa Roberts' top qualification time. The first athlete under 24.3, and Hayley Mills cruises into the semi-finals. Very busy in the middle of the field at the moment. We've just finished the women's triple jump. And in between sprint heats, we're going to cast our eyes upon the first round of the men's pole vault in between sprint heats. So we've got 2 heats of the women's to go. We then go to a real fully packed schedule of the men's 200 as well. But in the meantime, enjoy the B final of the men's pole vault.
So the penultimate is women's 200 in lane 1. Representing Bedfordshire University. Who's just 13 in management and outdoor surveillance, as well as 2017 in Chapman. In lane 2, representing Warwick University, Elizabeth Clark. In 3, representing Canterbury High Stretch, Emily Large. From University of Edinburgh, in lane 4, Sarah Long. Then representing Stirling University. And in lane 5, the Scottish Under-24 Boss players last year, Kate Johnston. And producing the line, representing Portsmouth University. And in this is Esther Fuller. He's 11 of 12 wins tonight.
They're called to the line in the penultimate heat of the women's 200 metres. Mia Chapman goes for Bedfordshire in 1, Elizabeth Clark of Warwick in 2, Emily Large of Canterbury in 3, Sarah Long, West of England in 4, Kate Johnston Stirling in 5, Esther Fuller of Portsmouth in 6. And they do get away this time as well. Mia Chapman going on the inside lane, going very well indeed. Hayley Mills, of course, setting that benchmark time, 24.27 in the last. I'm not sure that's going to be in any jeopardy, but Mia Chapman going very nicely indeed. But here comes Esther Fuller of Portsmouth and Stirling's Johnston as well. Mia Chapman taking it, 26.01, so the first heat we've had outside the 26 seconds mark. But Esther Fuller and Kate Johnston making that a really interesting race. But Chapman of Bedfordshire takes it on the line, and she'll be in the semi-finals.
200, we have GMS in the States. Skating on Los Angeles Sheffield University, Steve Hope. Los Angeles Sheffield University, Iowa Gold.
Attempts around the 4-meter mark in the men's pole vault at the moment. It's round 3 over there. That's the men's B final, the A final to come later today. But we'll be moving back to the track shortly for the final heat of the women's 200 meters. Again, the winner automatically going through, and the 18 best runners-up time from the 12 heats will be joining them in the semi-finals. Lucy Hope of East Anglia in 1, Isla Golder Sheffield in 2, Darcy Kuipers Brunel in 3, Eliza Brackenridge Jones in 4, Sophie Segan Worcester in 5, Adana Oweyanya of Chichester does not start. She'd have been in lane 6. Last chance to get automatic qualification for the semi-finals then, and Sophie Segan from Worcester's gone off very well, but Darcy Kuipers of Brunel now in that middle lane 3, cruising into the lead around the second and final bend. This is going to be a cakewalk for her from now on in. Isla Golder from Sheffield going quite well, and Segan battling for second place, but first place, no doubt about it, Darcy Kuipers, 24.77, comfortably under 25 seconds. And she books the final place in the semi-finals, the final automatic place, should I say, as we go back to the men's B pole vault final. 4:10 cleared there. Well, this is the medal ceremony for the women's triple jump. An excellent competition. Reed picking up bronze, Richardson there picking up silver. But the champion, personal best and a championship best as well. As I said before, that is a pretty good day at the office. Brilliant competition, actually. As we see a failed attempt at 4:10. These three have had a much better day than that. The first medal ceremony of the day, the women's triple jump. Great competition. And 3 brilliant medalists as we go back to the men's B final in the pole vault before we get underway with the men's qualification for the 200 meters. That'll be coming up on the track in about 20 minutes time.
second presentation of today. He was shot put and was the California meeting manager. Bronze medalist with the performance of 12 meters and 98 centimeters from Upper University, Alan Barber. And silver medalist today, the distance is 13 and 50 centimeters from Hull, and David. And your champion, the distance of 15 meters 27 centimeters from Parliament, Daniel. And Isabel's third last indoor title. To go 3 outdoor titles.
So big thank you to Adele for her support of these BUCS championships. Much appreciated.
Thank you very much for doing that.
Of Upper University walking support 4 meters 20.
Oh, she's giving you nuts again.
This is the first heat of the men's 200 metres. 2 lanes are empty. So Jordan Broome of Birmingham goes in 3, Robert Young, Caledonian 4, Luke Browning, Edinburgh 5, and Ewan MacArthur of Stirling in 6. And tragedy in the technical position as there's a cup of tea everywhere. What have we learned from this? Never let commentators do a proper job. Here we go away with heat 1 then. The top one from each heat and the 13 next best times go through. Jordan Broome absolutely flying up the back straight. He's on the inside lane, but he's overtaken everyone before we've got to the home straight. Jordan Broome will set the benchmark time as well. Ewan MacArthur on the outside will finish second fastest, but 22.45 over 200 metres for Jordan Broome. Heat 2 of 17. Bit of a frantic start there to the men's 200 metre heats. It's the second event on the track today on this final day of the men's indoors. Kieran Halliday goes in 2 for Manchester Met. Sorry, for Strathclyde. Jack Tomlinson from Manchester Met in 3. James Walden, Cambridge in 4. Benjamin Paris, Loughborough in 5. And Ross Freck from Aberdeen goes on the outside in lane 6. Championship record 21.04. That was set by Jordan Kirby Polydor back in 2013. Empty inside lane again. Well, Halliday was very quick out of the blocks, but it doesn't take Ben Paris long to get into his stride, and he goes around Ross Freck of Aberdeen, who's in lane 6. Keep your eye inside the Loughborough man, though. James Walton from Cambridge going very well, but it will be Paris first off the bend, and with 30 metres to go, he can wind it down to stop the clock in 22.40. Paris from Walton, Ross Freck in 3rd place, Tomlinson and Halliday safely over the line. But 2 heats in, Ben Paris joins Jordan Broome in the semi-finals.
so you have the third suspension hits and there are just 4 athletes in this third heat. In lane 3, that's the third university, and the winner. In 4, the Sydney University, Sean Gale. In 5, the University, John Harris. And 6, 5 and 8, Kieran Sharp. With 3 suspension. Next 200. The championship best in this event, set in 2014 in stands to Jordan Kirby Volleyball Governor and Scotland Rocket 21.04.
Heat 3 of 17 in the men's 200 metres. Just the 4 athletes go. Tanagai Dukuniak of Exeter in lane 3, which is de facto the inside lane. Kashane Gale, St Mary's in 4. Thomas Harris, Plymouth in 5. And Kieran Shah of Cardiff Met goes in lane 6. Away we go, Kieran Shah from Cardiff Met getting away very well. Tanagai Dukuniak starting to creep into this race now. He'll go by Kashane Gale by the time we get to the second bend. But Kieran Shah looking like he'll come out into the home straight with a marginal lead. But Tanagai Dukuniak of Exeter just easing off towards the end. Plymouth Thomas Harris completely losing his balance. Did well to stay on his feet. But I don't think he'll feature in the semi-finals. Well, you don't see that very often from Thomas Harris, but remember, these are banked corners on this indoor track. And you do come off at a slight incline if you lose your rhythm. It's as simple as that, and he's very frustrated, Thomas Harris. Hopefully he's not picked up an injury. He's clutching his right angle just out of his shot. But Kieran Shah from Cardiff Met takes Heat 3. 22.5 for him. So everyone checks that he's all good. Thomas Harris was in second place, ends up crossing the line in 4th place. Smile on the face of Kashane Gale there, which leads me to believe that the Plymouth man won't be too injured. Hopefully he'll be back running in no time at all. Will his time be good enough for a semi-final? You have to wait and see. But Kieran Shah of Cardiff Met takes Heat 3.
And so for the 4 section, in lane 2, representing Rutgers University, Ken Wells. In lane 3, Boston University, Ken Manuka. In lane 4, representing Oxford University, Richard Turner. In 5, representing the University of East London, we have Emmanuel Susati, starting for 400 meters champion, who has run 22.23 and produced a line in Swiss on the University of Central Asia, Sean Leon. He's 4 of 13 and 200.
shows unfortunately PB 450.
We turn our attention back to the track for Heat 4 of the men's 200 meters. Benjamin Wells of Gloucestershire goes in lane 2. Kenneth Mohumuza of Portsmouth in 3. Kirkham Oxford in 4. Emmanuel Sosanya East London in 5. And Sean Leong of University Central Lancashire in the white jersey goes in lane 6. Sosanya flies out of the gates. The East London man, it was a great start from him, and look at the gap he's putting on the rest of the field here. Ben Wells from Gloucestershire coming round the bend very well, though. He's really got himself back into this one, and this is a real race for the line. Great finish, though, from Sosanya, but he's only going to come second. Benjamin Wells from Gloucestershire. What a second 100 meters he ran. 22.36 as well. That's the fastest qualification so far. Pushed each other all the way down the back straight. We'll see them both in the semi-finals. Sosanya almost definitely quick enough to get one of those 13 best runners-up times. So 22.36 for Benjamin Wells of Gloucestershire. Great run from him, and he'll be in the semi-finals. Heat 5 of 7 in the men's 200 meters. Ben Wells from Gloucestershire has just set the benchmark time, 22.36 in Heat 4. Sterling Stephen Illand goes in 2. Luke Durrell Brunel in 3. Talal Alami of Bath in 4. Nathan Prothero East Anglia in 5. And James Alexo of Nottingham goes in lane 6. Great start from Luke Durrell from Brunel, and he's already gaining on Talal Alami of Bath, and in fact goes straight into the lead down that back straight. Talal Alami with some catching up to do now because Luke Durrell is pulling away. It's going to be a difficult chase for everyone coming down the back straight as Luke Durrell goes 22.03. Cruised over the line as well. Excellent time from the Brunel man, taking 0.33 out of Ben Wells from heat 4. And he lays the marker down. 5 heats down, 12 to go in the men's 200.
A shout out for all the students who qualified for the finals of the 4x200. Please get your team preparations in by registration. Captain station number 230 in the room pass registration.
The men's triple jump is getting underway. This is the first jump of the final. Ashley Buckman from Southampton Solent qualified with 14.08. And it's unorthodox from the Solent man. He's got the white flag, so that will be the first registered jump of the final. But more a hop, skip and a splat than a hop, skip and a jump for Ashley Buckman. He was one of the top qualifiers yesterday, up over 14 meters for him. And it's 13.40 to get the show on the road in the men's triple jump final. I'm not entirely sure that that will have much of an impact later on in the competition. Alas, a jump is a jump, and Ashley Buckman gets that final underway. Jude Bright-Davis, 14.65. He was up there with the top qualifiers. Kevin Metzger of Manchester Met went 14.90. So here is Jude Bright-Davis. Plenty of success in his fledgling senior career. 14.65 in qualification. Gets up to top speed, and he'll register a jump as well. Let's keep an eye on the flags. They're just out of your shot. White flag goes up. So Jude Bright-Davis gets his competition underway. Oxford University student. And it is 14.87, so already improving on yesterday's qualification for Jude Bright-Davis. There's only been one jump longer than that in the entire competition so far. That came from Kevin Metzger, 14.90 for him. And we move back to the track for heat 6 of the men's 200 meters. Oliver Biddle, Gloucestershire, goes in 2. Nicholas Constantinou, King's College, in 3. Christian Christoph of Strathclyde in 4. Rowan Ramesh, London School of Economics, in 5. And David Migliorati of Trinity St David in lane 6. Looking down there at lane 4, there'll be no Christian Christoph of Strathclyde. So we're in 2-2s here. Lane 1 empty, lane 4 empty. And a very good start in lane 2 from Constantinou. Migliorati of Trinity St David going well in lane 6 as well, but Constantinou of King's College is going to take this one home. He'll get first place, he'll get automatic qualification, and he'll stop the clock in 22.27 as well. Very impressive time. Second fastest qualification time we've had. Still Luke Durrell, the benchmark, 22.03. No one under the 22-second mark yet, but 22.27 for Nicholas Constantinou, and he takes the victory in Heat 6.
Championships. I did look at that several times.
Here's Daniel Walsh from Northumbria, 13.91 in qualification, but is well capable of a 15-meter jump. 14.87 leads the competition at the moment. Early in the first round, everyone's still finding their rhythm, finding their feet. And Daniel Walsh gets underway. Didn't manage to get to the 14-meter mark yesterday, but I can't imagine it'll be too long until he reaches those kind of heights in this competition. Just 13.53 to get underway, though. Asazi Agado of Brunel is up next. 14.52 for him in qualification. Just waiting for the board to be put back into place in round one of this men's triple jump. This is Heat 7 in the men's 200 meters. Obed Bakoe of Leeds in 2, Josh Parry Chichester 3, Marcus Archer, Robert Gordon in 4, Connor Lamb Bristol in 5, and David Kapenda of Coventry in lane 6. Again, lane 1 will not be used in this Heat 7 of the men's 200. Technical problem, so we'll be reset. The green card shown there by the officials, 3 officials, to mark the staggered start in the 200 meters. Biko in 2, Parry in 3, Archer 4, Lamb 5, Kapenda in lane 6. While they're setting, Agado has got his first round jump in the triple jump. But we'll concentrate on this heat for now. Kapenda of Coventry got away very well, but Marcus Archer of Robert Gordon and Josh Parry of Chichester in lanes 3 and 2 are the pace setters here in heat number 7. And Chichester, represented by Parry, are surely going to be getting a first place in this heat number 7. Yes, they are. He's overcome Marcus Archer, 22.90, not among the fastest qualification times, but automatic qualification for Josh Parry. Nonetheless, 22.90 takes heat 7. East London up next, Samuel Antwi, 13.60 for him. In qualification, that looks a big jump to start with too. Still 14.87 leading the competition. Jude Bright Davis, the early pace setter from round 1. But a red flag for the East London man, just overstepping. And he goes to double check that plasticine strip to check where the indentation is. Must have been close if he's checking it himself. But any mark is a no jump. Still lots of action in the men's 200 to come. Heat 8 up next. Again, a couple of DNSs. Jonathan Bull does not go in lane 2, so just the 4. Going in heat number 8. So we try and keep an eye on the 2 competitions happening, the 200 meters and the triple jump. They're also getting warm for the high jump, the men's high jump. We've got the women's high jump coming up later as well. And rumours of Morgan Lake looking to improve on the British record that she currently holds alongside Katarina Johnson-Thompson, 197 indoor. The BUCS record currently stands at 187. I think we'll definitely be waving goodbye to that today. Morgan Lake going from strength to strength. He jumped 197 indoor in the Czech Republic on the 26th of January this year. She's jumped 193 to get medals in international competition. But more about that later. In the meantime, let's concentrate on Robert Sutherland from King's College. So he has his first round jumps, 14.27 for him. And here's Manchester Met's Kevin Metzger, 14.90. He would love a gold medal in these BUCS championships. First in the qualifiers. We'll bring you that result after heat 8 of the men's 200. Chance Jamjian of Swansea in 3. Alex Barker, Warwick in 4. Xavier Nelson Roundtree, Sussex in 5. Alex Haydock Wilson of Loughborough in 6. It was 14.30 for Sutherland, 60 centimetres short of his qualification. Alex Haydock Wilson, more accustomed to 400s than 200s. But he's going very well here in the 2. Could he be near the 22-second mark here? Could he be the first to dip underneath it? Yes, he will. 21.83 for Alex Haydock Wilson in the qualifiers. That is the benchmark time. And a little point to the sky to acknowledge that as well. Brilliant run from Alex Haydock Wilson. The rest will be entered into the hat. Such a gap between Haydock Wilson and the rest of the field. I wonder if any of those times will be good enough for the semi-finals. That's Jeff Anglia from Cardiff Met. He jumped 13.71 yesterday. He's improved on that in round 1, 13.97. So he's knocking on the door of 14 metres, the Cardiff Met man. Matthew Ingram of Loughborough up next. It was 14.21 for him in yesterday's qualifiers. Could be, should be in amongst the medalists today, Matthew Ingram. Daniel Walsh of Northumbria, Agado of Brunel, Bright Davis of Oxford will all be there or thereabouts as well. Red flag for Matthew Ingram. So he will not register a score in round 1. This is Harrison Whitfield, Newcastle University. 13.41 for him. With that jump, got him the final spot in this final. Gets the white flag, so will register a distance here. Harrison Whitfield. It's in the 13s, but a bit of a warm-up jump for him there. Gets a score on the board, which is more than a few of these other jumpers have managed in round one. But 13.14 for Harrison Whitfield. And Lewis Guest of Liverpool will conclude the first round of jumping in the men's triple jump final. Again, there was an official in the way, but looked as though we'll get a white flag for this one, and that is the flag that's raised. So Guest looking to improve on yesterday's distance of 13.91. Another jumper capable of 14 meters. Don't think he'll get 14 meters this time. It's in the 13s. It's 13.90. So very consistent. 1 centimeter short of yesterday's qualification. So this will be the first jump of round two. Ashley Buckman up over 14 meters yesterday, as they're called to the line in heat number 9 of the men's 200. Stephen O'Hara of Manchester goes in lane 2. Alexander Everly, West of England, all in red in lane 3. Rhys Jones, Lincoln in 4. Matthew South of Winchester in 5. And Nicholas Price of Staffordshire in 6. Matthew South will not start. So Nicholas Price out there on his own. Rhys Jones in lane 4 will be chasing him down. And away we go. And Nicholas Price of Staffordshire qualified for the final of the men's 60 meters on Friday. But he's coming under some scrutiny here. Alexander Everly going well from West of England in lane 3, but Price comes around the outside and he will wind it all the way down in what looks like Fred Flintstone's trousers. But 22.59 for Nicholas Price. And that will be enough to qualify him for the semis.
So Ashley Buckman, 30 meters 39, he's in the second round, has 1 centimeter shy of 13.14. He's set in the early round. Drew Davis on the runway, over 14 meters 86. Reminder, he is the defending champion.
Round 2 jump for Jude Bright-Davis, the leader after round 1, but loses the rhythm. Makes friends with a few of the photographers there who look like they're enjoying a day on the beach as opposed to a day snapping action. To be fair, the pink they're wearing is the colour I end up after a day at the beach. So let's concentrate on Henry Clarkson's round 2 jump, the Loughborough man. 14.47 for him in qualification yesterday. 18 centimetres shy of Jude Bright-Davis, and chasing down the current lead jump of 14.87, set by the aforementioned Bright-Davis. Here goes Henry Clarkson. Close to the end of the board there. What colour's this flag going to be? It's a white flag. So Clarkson's going to get himself on the scoreboard here. A few of the jumpers have struggled with their rhythm early on in the competition, but that's to be expected. They'll be aiming to have 6 jumps at it if they get the first 3 right. It's in the 15s for Clarkson. 15.23. New competition leader, the first man over 15 meters. And that is a good return for Clarkson of Loughborough. That'll take some chasing down. On to heat 10. Bryn Smith of Brighton in 2. Alfie Rowett, Cardiff in 3. Ore Akinmolian of Leicester in 4. Aranan Wia of Southampton in 5. And Ahmed Abdelmotaleb of Manchester in 6. And again, we're away first time. The 10th of 17 heats. Abdelmotaleb getting a good start, but Akinmolian coming through, and now Alfie Rowett of Cardiff. And we've lost Leicester's Akinmolian. He's pulled up on the back straight. That's opened the door for Bryn Smith of Brighton to come through in lane 2. And he'll stop the clock in 22.78. Ore Akinmolian has stayed down on the back straight. Sometimes when the hamstring goes, the best thing you can do, stay still, wait for medical attention, which is exactly what he's getting. That might cause a slight delay in proceedings here. We've still got heats 11 to 17 to come, but we'll cast our attention back to the triple jump. Henry Clarkson of Loughborough currently leading 15.23. Here is Asaze Aghedo of Brunel. Another big qualifier yesterday, went over 14.5 meters. He's got 15 in the tank, and he's going to need it if he's going to medal. Now that Clarkson set that benchmark, away he goes, the Brunelian. White flag goes up. 15.23, the current lead jump. That's only in the 14, so no improvement for Aghedo. 14.95 for him.
14.95, second step in.
Samuel Antwi from East London. Slapped pretty hard on the approach there. Not expecting to be around the medals, but looking to improve on yesterday's 13.60. 15 meters might be a big ask for him. Still in the 13s, 13.64, so an improvement on his qualification distance for Antwi. Kevin Metzger, Manchester Met, one man who does think he can get to the top step. He'll be up next. He'll follow Robert Sutherland from King's College. Another of the 14-meter plus qualifiers yesterday. Here goes Sutherland, getting those long strides, finds his rhythm. Doesn't quite get it right, though. Be no return for Sutherland this time, so Metzger will follow.
is sixth from the University of West of Scotland, Al-Khali Trainer. He's 11:17, next 200.
Jeff Anglier's second attempt. Got that strapping under the right knee. Just waiting for that yellow flag is Jeff Anglier as they're called to the line for heat 11. That'll get underway after Jeff Anglier's attempt. Bit of confusion here as to what's going to happen first. Jeff Anglier's jump or the heat of the 200 meters. They're going to give the 200 meters the priority here. So Keno Elliott, Paris Samuel goes in lane 2. Kehinde Adenuga of Portsmouth in 3. Daniel Gregory, Oxford in 4. Will Bygot leads in 5. And Al-Khali Jameh, west of Scotland, goes in lane number 6. Again, the winner goes through. Adenuga gets off very well, but no surprise to see Keno Elliott, Paris Samuel reel him in. Jameh, west of Scotland's going well in lane 6, but they're all being left in the dust by Paris Samuel of St. Mary's, as to be expected. Qualified very well in the 60 meters and posts 22.15 as well. Very nice heat there from Paris Samuel. Relaxed down that back straight to book his place in the semi-finals. 13.93 for Jeff Anglier. Knocking on 14 meters, 3 jumpers to go. In round 2, here's Matthew Ingram of Loughborough. His teammate Henry Clarkson currently leads the competition. No jump for him in round 1, so he'll be keen to register. Oh, he's close to the board there, gets the rhythm right. They double check that and the white flag goes up. What's it going to be? 14.21 in qualification. When you miss your first jump, you're just desperate to get a score on the board. Hopefully enough to get you into the second half of the final. 13.48. So quite a way to go for Ingram, but importantly for him, he's off the mark in the final. Harrison Whitfield up next. Newcastle man. Best jump of the competition so far. Came yesterday in qualification. In round 1, jumped 13.14. Full 2 meters or so behind the current leader. Didn't look the cleanest of skips, but gets the white flag nonetheless. As he managed to creep past 13.14 to improve on his round 1 jump. And it's in the 12s. Didn't really explode off that third phase. And Lewis Guest of Liverpool, 13.90 in his first. I think they might make him wait until after heat number 12. No, in fact, they're telling him to go. We'll complete heat 2 of the triple jump before heat 12 of the men's 200 sprint, and that was Lewis Guest. Looking to improve on 13.90 as we go to the track. Alexander Tan, King's College in 2. Sam Brown, Cambridge 3. Shea Holloway, Sheffield in 4. Tyler Williams, Cardiff Met in 5. And Cathan Marcel from Brunel goes in lane 6. Really good start from Shea Holloway of Sheffield. Tyler Williams looked like he was stuck in the blocks, but now he settles in lane 4. Cathan Marcel in lane 6, looking pretty good. It's going to be between him and Tyler Williams, I think, coming off this bend here. But Shea Holloway of Sheffield, well, the three of them going very well. Nearly losing the balance was Marcel, and that allows Williams to come through. Marcel recovers well to take second place. But his frustration boils over, just out of shot, 22.61. Looked like it was shaping up to be a great race between Williams and Marcel, who just lost his balance coming off that bank into the home straight, allowing Tyler Williams to come through. But it should be enough for him to get to the semi-finals. He's just limping. That's the second time we've seen that in lane 6, you know. Cathan Marcel walks off the track of his own accord, so he's going to have to stretch it out, get himself in shape ahead of the semi-finals. Here's Jude Bright Davis, led after round 1, now in second place as we go into round 3. Still not got that 15-meter mark that he's going to need to medal here. Osaze Agado jumped 15 and Henry Clarkson jumped 15.23. It's a white flag jump from Jude Bright Davis. Oh, and it's got a 15. Where's it going to be? It's 15.44. That's a new lead. Jude Bright Davis goes to the top of the tree in round 3 of the men's triple jump. And Henry Clarkson, can he respond? He now sits in second place. That first round, 15.23. Well, it's consistent from Clarkson. Is it as big as 15.44? He's got the white flag. He'll be expecting to medal in this competition, but what colour will it be? Bit of a shake of the head there. Perhaps he heard the distance being called out. 15.26, so a marginal improvement for him from 15.23 to 15.26, but still 18 centimetres behind the new leader, Oxford's Jude Bright Davis. Daniel Walsh, Northumbria, next to go. Northumbria's Dan Walsh still not up over 14 metres yet, which is where he'll want to be. As they're called to the line for heat 13. Jamal Marcus Roden Stevens in 2, Fabio Porto of Solent in 3, Matthew Mansfield Nottingham 4, Benjamin Lichkovsky in 5, Ryan Stacey in 6. Roden Stevens of Kingston in lane 2 is a non-starter. So Porto, Solent 3, Mansfield Nottingham 4, Lichkovsky in 5, Stacey Newcastle 6, and it's a good start from Fabio Porto as well. Flew out of the blocks and he's already making inroads in Matthew Mansfield. Ryan Stacey going well in lane 6 as well, but Fabio Porto looking like the man to beat out of lane 3. He goes past everyone as we come into the home straight. What's his time going to be like? It's not going to matter because he's going to finish first and will qualify for the final automatically. And Ryan Stacey nearly loses his balance going over the line in lane 6 as well. That banked outside lane really causing problems for the sprinters this afternoon. 23.05, Fabio Porto takes the win in heat 13. That was Osaze Agado of Brunel. currently in third place with 15 metres on the nose. It's at a 14.95 as well. Only 3 men up over 15 metres. 14.97, so it's consistent from Agado.
14 metres 97 for the BUCS outdoor champion 2018 in small members here.
Samuel Antwi of East London. 13.64, a composition's best for him so far.
So London's captain's meeting 2:30. Unit registration at the event office. Relay declarations, please. Main ceremonies for high school hundreds to registration. And don't forget to go on to the BUCS website and complete your student survey. Let your views of the BUCS nationals be known.
Here's Robert Sutherland from King's College, going for his third round jump.
Ross Sutherland there, King's College, under 13 metres 91. The bronze medalist here in 2017, was our bronze medalist here, of course, Fisher's the year before.
Heat 12, Alex Tan goes in 2. Ignore that. Heat 14, Nathan Mahawi goes in 2. Timothy Tan in 3. Johnny White in 4. Enzo Madden in 5. Josh Leathard in 6. So Mahawi of Manchester Met in that blue and orange jersey. He'll be the one chasing down from lane 2. Got Enzo Madden of East London. He should be featuring in that 4x200 final later on. But East London were reinstated after being disqualified, of course. And he's got off to a great start down that back straight as well. Enzo Madden will take the lead going into the second corner. And Enzo Madden can wind down now. Pretty comfortable for him. Josh Leathard manages to negotiate that outside lane. It's been easier said than done. Cardiff University man, but that's the winning time, 22.44. Enzo Madden takes heat 14. Jeff Anglia for Cardiff Met.
So 3 minutes, first to the net. His best in Germany 3 minutes, 14 metres 30. So the lead is held by Henry Clarkson at the moment, 15.26. Asante Ero in second place on 15 metres. And then Drew Brown carries on 14.36. Men's shot put underway.
Here's Matthew Ingram from Loughborough. No jump in the first round. Now into round 3. He'll get the white flag this time. Yes, he will. In the 1430s again. Consistent jumping for Ingram. Not going to affect the leaders too much. Heat 15. The men's 200. Greg Venio of Liverpool goes in 2. Brad Tenuta, Swansea in 3. Alexander Nicholson, Royal Holloway in 4. Ben Whittaker, Sheffield in 5. Nick Petru of Leeds Beckett goes in lane 6. A bit of a problem with the blocks of Alexander Nicholson from Royal Holloway. So they will reset here in Heat 15. Be shown the green card, so it'll just be a reset. No punishments meted out. 2 heats to go after this one. 15 of 17 in the men's 200. The winner qualifying automatically. Venio, Liverpool in 2. Tenuta, Swansea in 3. Nicholson, Royal Holloway 4. Whittaker, Sheffield 5. Nick Petru of Leeds Beckett in lane 6. And away we go. No problem with the blocks of Alexander Nicholson in the end, but he's already been eaten up by Bradley Tenuta. But on the outside, Nick Petru and Ben Whittaker going very well indeed. And Greg Venio starting to come back into it in lane 2 for Liverpool. But Nick Petru comes off the bend well for Leeds Beckett. He's going to take Heat 15, 22.55, followed by Sheffield's Ben Whittaker. The penultimate heat in the men's 200 qualification. James Gladman of Bath goes in 2. Benjamin Slayman of Exeter in 3. Abbas Himoa, Sheffield Hallam in 4. Andrew Baldwin, Robert Gordon in 5. John Adedeji Johnson of Middlesex goes in lane 6. following the men's 200 meters. It'll be the semi-finals of the 400 for men and women. That'll be starting at about 1:05 on the track. Meanwhile, on the field, we've already had the shot put and triple jump women's finals. The pole vault B final has been going on as well. They're in the midst of the men's triple jump. We've got the shot put men and the ambulant finals as well. That began about 10 minutes ago in the field. Still the long jump, pole vault and high jump finals to come as well. But we take our concentration back to the track. James Gladman in that blue jersey of Bath in lane 2. In the green of Exeter in 3, Benjamin Slayman. Abbas Hamour of Sheffield Hallam in that middle lane 4. Andrew Baldwin, Robert Gordon in 5. John Adedeji Johnson of Middlesex on the outside in lane 6. Away we go. First time on the outside, Adedeji Johnson with a great start, but watch Abbas Hamour in Sheffield Hallam banging that middle lane. James Gladman from Bath going well on the inside, and it will be Gladman who comes off the bend in first place. Only first place guaranteed qualification. Great finish from Adedeji Johnson and Hamour. Their times should be enough, but again, in that lane 6 causing absolute havoc. Adedeji Johnson collapsing over the line, clutching the hamstring where it joins the glute on the left leg, just at the bottom of your shot there. Quite a few of the sprinters have really struggled coming off that bend in lane 6. But Adedeji Johnson did manage to get over the line, and he posted a good time as well, but he really does look quite uncomfortable. Speaking of uncomfortable, one of the high jump posts has bitten the dust there. So that was the penultimate heat. We'll keep you up to date with any news of John Adedeji Johnson's injury. Does look quite uncomfortable putting weight on that left leg, but did post a time, so hopefully he can stretch that out and feature in the semi-finals later on today. But just the one heat to go in the men's 200 meters.
To the line for the 16th and final heat of the men's 200. Walking back there in lane 2, representing Fountains is the Student Union and BUCS. In 3, and the last event for Birmingham will be all the parties on low. In lane 4, representing Coventry University, George Bahani. In 5, representing Newcastle University, Miles Christopher. And in 6, representing Sheffield University, he's running on the 2100 metres champion. In schools, 100 metres silver medalist last year, Joe Ferguson. In the field, who has run Scotland 2.
They're called to the line for heat 17 of 17 in the men's 200. Adam Cox of Falmouth, Ryan Lowe of Birmingham, George Mbafana of Coventry, Miles Chrysostomou of Newcastle, and Joe Ferguson of Sheffield Hallam in lanes 2 to 5 respectively. It's Adam Cox, 436 in the blue jersey, closest to us in lane 2. Mbafana of Coventry in that blue running vest in lane 4, but de facto that's the middle lane for this final heat. And they're called off the blocks. Asked to stand up. It'll be a green card. Don't think there'll be any punishments meted out here. Joe Ferguson just keeps those hamstrings warm. We've had a couple go. It's been a long weekend of sprinting for some of these guys. They've gone in either the 60 metres or the hurdles and the relays as well. So the green cards are shown, and we'll get back underway in this 17th and final heat. There'll be a bit of a break in proceedings then before we go on to the 400-metre semi-finals. The finals of both the 200 and the 400 will be later on in the programme here today. So at the reset, Cox of Falmouth in 2, Lowe, Birmingham 3, Mbafana, Coventry 4, Chrysostomou, Newcastle 5, Ferguson, Sheffield Hallam in 6. The winner will claim the final automatic place. And Chrysostomou going reasonably well, but Joe Ferguson from Hallam taking this one out. Mbafana has been left behind, and Ferguson cruises home. Strong finish there from Ryan Lowe from Birmingham to try and get into the semi-finals, but 22 seconds flat for Joe Ferguson. That sends a message. Fastest qualification time in the 17 heats, and that concludes the heats in the men's 200 metres. Next on the track, we'll be back with the women's semi-finals of the 400, and that'll be at 1:05.
So that concludes the 17 heats of the men's 200. On the track next, we will move to 2 laps. And we will have round 2 or semi-finals. Choose whichever ones you prefer, up against 400.
Triple. Short bit upgrade shot put. This is for that 30th. Shot put on games 2018. And Thompson Bryson, the shot put is 15-30 studio. 7-20 champion.
We're all studying something up there. We're all looking at something up there. No, all the officials, all the logo team and a few others. Something's running.
So we have for round 2 or semi-finals. There are 4 races to decide the finals. It will be the first in each of those races. You will go through as a guide, so tough qualification, and you will win. Certain to go through, and you'll be joined by the next 2 customers from across the 4 races. So lining up on the inside in the first of the 4 races to decide these 4 finalists will be Sheffield Adams, Georgia High Sparks. In round 2, representing Nottingham, Jess Shepherd. In round 3, representing Leeds Packers, this year's enormous senior indoor golf members, Shots. Representing Strathclyde University, and in lane 4, the 400-metre hurdle specialist. She took her 3rd consecutive Scottish Under-20 title last year, Emily Craig. And in lane 5, Confusing Line, from Chester University, the 2018-2019 Welsh Indoor Champion, 4th BUCS Championships declared last year, Laura Turner.
Welcome back to the EIS in Sheffield for the final day of the BUCS Indoor Championships 2019. You join us in the midst of the men's triple jump final as we're about to get underway on the track with the semi-finals of the women's 400 metres. 4 races in total. The winner automatically qualifies for the final. The next best runners-up, 2 next best runners-up will be joining them. Georgia Hollis Lawrence, Sheffield Hallam in 1, Jessica Shepherd Nottingham in 2, Charlotte Stamp Leeds Beckett in 3, Emily Craig Strathclyde in 4, Laura Turley Chester in 5, and Amy Gellion from Sheffield in 6. Gellion, the fastest qualifier, 56.99 for her. She's not actually starting in 6, so Laura Turley, theoretically the favourite out there in lane 5 in the red and white of Chester, and she opens up a healthy lead. Charlotte Stamp of Leeds Beckett going quite well, but they're all running for one of those best runners-up spots at the moment, because it will be Laura Turley of Chester coming off the bend first to hear the bell. Charlotte Stamp in 2nd place, started in lane 3, but nobody really closing the gap here. Laura Turley, 57.28 in qualification, can probably start to wind it down now for the final 50 metres or so. She goes into the home straight for the 2nd time. Laura Turley books her place in the final, stopping the clock in 56.27. Emily Craig of Strathclyde, 2nd over the line. She'll have to hold on to wait and see if her time is going to be quick enough to get into the final. But in the absence of Amy Gellion, Laura Turley wins the first semi-final and will be in the final later on today. The women's 400-metre final is scheduled for 3:10, so she'll have a couple of hours to warm down, warm up again, and prepare herself for an assault on the podium. That was Kevin Metzger of Manchester Met going in round 6 of the men's triple jump competition. .28 with that jump for Metzger. The women's long jump is warming up. The men's triple jump, though, is in the 6th and final round, so that will be coming to its conclusion. Got Matthew Ingram, one of 2 Loughborough jumpers who've made the latter stages of the final. This will be a last attempt for the Loughborough man. The men's shot put coming to its conclusion as well. They're in the 4th round of the final, and the men's pole vault are warming up as well. So it really is bustling down in the track centre in the field arena. Matthew Ingram underway, his final jump of the competition. Lands about halfway down the whiteboard, so will register a jump. Don't think it'll be the podium today for Loughborough's Matthew Ingram. There's a conference between the officials as they give us his final total. 14.28 for Matthew Ingram. So he will be in the top 8, having qualified for the final 3 jumps. As we move into the 2nd semi-final of the women's 400 metres. Will we get one more jump in the triple jump first? Yeah, we're going to go with Asaze Agedo of Brunel. He's been in the 1360s for most of today. Gets up to speed, lands well before the black line, so this will be a good jump for the Brunelian. Good in terms of the white flag. Will it be good in terms of the distance? They've been called to their mark on the track. So Sian Wynne-Jones of Brunel in 1, Teresa Yanitelli of Cardiff in 2, Emily Strickland Newcastle 3, Ellie Ravenscroft Birmingham 4, Rachel Crocken Loughborough 5, and Yasmin Liverpool of Warwick in lane 6. Good start from Yasmin Liverpool, but Rachel Crocken in lane 5. Looked like she was gaining, but now it's all about Ellie Ravenscroft of Birmingham, who's had a great opening gambit. Where will they be as they come into lane 1? They go past that area where they can all join lane 1. They hear the bell, and Yasmin Liverpool of Warwick, the fastest qualifier in this heat, 56.77. leads as they get to the back straight for the final time. Crocken really busting a lung to try and catch Yasmin Liverpool here. Liverpool coming under pressure from Crocken of Loughborough as they go into the home straight. Only the winner guarantees qualification, and that will be Yasmin Liverpool. She found the second wind to go 55.22. Great time from Liverpool. Crocken in 2nd place. Ellie Ravenscroft of Birmingham in 3rd place. And that is the winning time, 55.22 for Yasmin Liverpool. Jude Bright-Davis, final attempt for the Oxford man. Last time we checked in, he was leading with 15.44. Takes off well behind the board that time, but still fluid through the motions. We just received confirmation that 15.44 is still his longest jump. And 14.98 for Duke Bright-Davis, so no improvement for him. But that will conclude the men's triple jump. And the smile on the face is that of a BUCS champion, Jude Bright-Davis. Gold medal for him, his 15:44 in round 2. Enough to take the championship. Wasn't to be today for Henry Clarkson of Loughborough, 15:26 for him. It'll be a silver medal. And Agada Brunel, 15 on the nose, picks up 3rd. So they'll be on the podium very shortly as we take our attention back to the track. The 3rd of 4 semi-finals in the women's 400 meters. 2 laps of the track again. The winner goes through in the next 2 best times. Laura Turley of Chester qualified in heat number 1. Yasmin Liverpool out of lane 6, running for Warwick, 55.22, qualified out of heat 2. Still 2 heats to come. Championship record held by Amy Alcock of Loughborough, 53.19, set back in 2015. Heat 3 in the women's 400 metres. Megan Ashleby, Sheffield Hallam in lane 1. Sophie Hubbard, Oxford in 2. Heather Carson, Sheffield in 3. Rachel Donnison, Bath in 4. Fionn Meyer-Roberts, Cardiff Met in 5. Mary Abici, King's College in lane 6. Abici, though, conspicuous by her absence in 6, so this opens the door for the likes of Fionn Meyer-Roberts. Mary Abici, the fastest qualifier by a mile, 53.66 she ran yesterday. This really does level the field as we move forward to the final. She was the standout runner yesterday. And Rachel Donnison of Bath going very well in this opening 100 metres or so as they come around the bend to that area where they can all join lane 1. It's going to be between Donnison and Roberts as to who gets there first. Roberts just holds that line, but Donnison stands strong and she'll go into the back straight for the final time with the lead. Fionn Meyer-Roberts of Cardiff Met with some work to do as she goes around the outside, grits her teeth and digs in, needs to get in before the bend, and she does. Closes the door on Rachel Donnison, and Fionn Roberts of Cardiff Met goes down the home straight. A gritty race from the archer, and she stops the clock in 57.10, so 0.67 faster than she qualified, but she had to work hard for that. She will be in the final, and look at the effort she had to put in to get there. Rachel Donnison of Bath was right on her shoulder in 2nd place. Will that be enough for a place in the final? Just the 2 fastest runners-up from the 4 heats. But Fionn Meyer-Roberts qualifies from heat number 3.
And so to the fourth and final race in round 2 to decide our 400 metre finalists. Europeans in round 2, Oxford University Years. In round 1, representing Asheville, Surrey Ward. In lane 3, representing Oxford University, Kitties. In lane 4, representing King's College London, European under 23 400 metre finalists, and the World Junior 400 metre silver.
This is the final heat of the women's 400 metre semi-finals. Lane 2's empty for this one, so Sophie Warden in the green of Edge Hill goes in 1. Victoria Gittins, Wolverhampton in 3. Shona Richards, King's College in 4. Hannah Brown, East Anglia in 5. And Emma Alderson of Loughborough in 6. Alderson, the fastest qualifier, 56.85 yesterday. She equalled that time. It would be the 3rd fastest qualifying of the semi-finals. Yasmin Liverpool of Warwick's gone quickest, 55.22 for her. Maria Beachy, yesterday's fastest qualifier, did not race in her semi-final. And away we go. The 4th and final heat, the final place in the final, up for grabs. It's been a good start from Shona Richards. Emma Alderson going well too. Remember, it's not just the winners who automatically, well, it is just the winners who automatically qualify, but there are 2 best runners-up spots up for grabs as well. And Emma Alderson, as expected, is the fastest through the opening lap. Shona Richards, King's College in 2nd place. Victoria Gittins, Wolverhampton 3rd. As Alderson goes down the back straight, 35 seconds gone in this one. Remember, her qualification time 56.85 yesterday. As the clock ticks up past 40 seconds, Alderson checks over the left shoulder to see where Shona Richards is. She's got enough of a gap here to wind it right down and save the legs for the final in just under 2 hours time. But she trots to 56.43, and that is the 3rd fastest qualification time for Emma Alderson. Goes quicker than yesterday and has plenty in the tank ahead of the final. Shona Richards, King's College, picks up 2nd place. We'll wait to confirm the remaining 2 finalists, but we do know that Emma Alderson, Fionn Roberts, Yasmin Liverpool and Laura Turley will be in the 400 metre final, and that is due to start at 3:10 in a little under 2 hours time.
students the semi-final. And the BUCS Championships last weekend. And finalists here in 2018 BUCS Championships, Jack Hocking, race 25, men's 400.
Next on the track is the men's 400 meters semi-finals. No one in lane 1, so Daniel Webb of Durham in 2, Will Stapleton, Sheffield Hallam in 3, Ben Claridge of Bath in 4, Daniel Rees Durham in 5, and Jack Hocking of Birmingham goes in 6. Just the winner guaranteed a place in the final, and there's only one best runner-up time across the 5 heats as well. Jack Hocking in lane 6. The fastest qualifier and the favourite for this one, 48.97 for him. The only one under 49 seconds in this heat. In fact, the only one under 50 seconds. But Ben Claridge, is he going to throw a spanner in the works for Jack Hocking? He's looked great through these opening 150 metres. But now, as they separate, Jack Hocking puts it into overdrive and just gets his shoulder inside Ben Claridge. So he'll have the advantage going into the back straight. Claridge needs to find some speed from somewhere. I'm not sure he's going to be able to do it. Jack Hocking in control around the final bend. Ben Claridge, the only one who can come around him. And here comes the effort from Ben Claridge. He does find the speed. He does take the semi-final. And 47.87 pushes Jack Hocking into second place. And Ben Claridge will be in the 400-metre final. It's a good time from Hocking. It'll be quicker than his qualification time yesterday, but will it be enough to take that one runner-up spot? Looks like he's feeling the heat down there as well, but Ben Claridge all smiles. Now I think the effort of those 2 laps hit him. But 47.87, a massive final 50 metres for Ben Claridge. He books his place in the 400-metre final.
The line for is second of 5 races, round 2, men's 400. In lane 1, representing by event, Kieran Ellis. In 2, Sheffield Hallam, Lewis Thorne. In lane 3, representing University of East London, performing the local specialist. Third, Scottish Championship last year, Alex Thompson.
Heat 2 of 5 in the semi-finals of the men's 400 metres. Kieran Elland of Cardiff Met goes in 1. Lewis Thorne, Sheffield Hallam in 2. Lennox Thompson, East London in 3. Max Schopp of Brunel in 4. Mark Cottam of Birmingham in 5. Ria Gardner of Loughborough in lane 6. This arguably the closest of the 5 semi-finals on paper. Max Schopp of Brunel, the fastest qualifier with 49.37, but Gardner of Loughborough went round in 49.49 and Cottam of Birmingham in 49.85. All of the others just the wrong side of 50 seconds, so I feel as though there could be a sting in the tail here. Remember, just the one best runner-up spot available for anybody who doesn't get over the line first. Gardner leads through 200 meters. It's shoulder to shoulder between Schopp and Cottam. But Gardner pulling away down the back straight. Cottam having to go the long way round, and it is a long way round against Lennox Thompson. But Gardner pulling away into the home straight. Look at this effort for second place here. From 3:35, Max Schopp from Brunel picks up second place out of nowhere. But Ria Gardner, 47.96, needed a good run and delivered like that one as well. Looks over at the Loughborough contingent in the crowd, goes under 48 seconds. The race that went on behind him was a real thriller. It looked as though it was going to be either Cottam or Thompson picking up second place, but Max Schopp from Brunel hammered home over 50 meters. Stayed on the shoulder, looked as though they took the race out of each other and allowed Schopp to come through. But again, Jack Hocking put in a good time in second place for Birmingham in Heat 2. Will Max Schopp be quick enough to get to the final? Two great heats in the 400, three still to come. Heat 3 of this fascinating 400 meters competition sees Ben Schofield of Northumbria go in 1, Edinburgh's Ross Edmonds in 2, Oxford's Matt Newton in 3, Bath's Alistair Chambers in 4, Matthew Pagan of Manchester Met goes in 5, and Krishawn Aiken, Glasgow University, goes in lane 6. Ria Gardner in the previous heat going under 48 seconds. It's the fastest run of the competition so far. Same in this heat 3. Krishawn Aiken in lane 6, the fastest qualifier, 48.95. Only one of them guaranteed a place in the final. Matthew Pagan, Manchester Met, going very well, as is Alistair Chambers of Bath inside him. But now comes Krishawn Aiken, working hard to get himself into first place round that penultimate bend. That seems to be the money shot, if you like. Alistair Chalmers, should I say, getting around Matthew Pagan, but Krishawn Aiken of Glasgow coming under a bit of scrutiny here. Chalmers practically in lane 2, running extra meters, but it's what he's going to have to do if he's going to defeat Krishorn Aiken. Both of them going wide. Krishorn Aiken holds his line, goes 48.17 and books his place in the final. Closely followed by Alistair Chalmers of Bath, 48.17, marginally slower than Gardner, but just went wide in those final couple of meters. The University of Glasgow man forcing Chalmers to go with him. It'll be second place for him, and it is going to be hundredths of a second the difference between qualifying for the final and not. Heat 4 of the men's semi-finals. Each one has been fascinating. Southampton's Tom Kenwright lines up in 1. East London's Joseph Hubbock in 2. Mark McLaughlin of Stirling in 3. Adam Walker of Northumbria does not start, so lane 4 is empty. Liam McGivern, Sheffield in 5. And Matthew Overall of Chichester in lane 6. 2 sub 50 seconds in qualifiers. McGivern of Sheffield in 5, and Chichester's Overall did 49.15. He goes in lane 6 and starts as the favourite. Hasn't been plain sailing for anybody so far. I can't imagine this will be any different. Ruja Gardner still the fastest qualifier. He went sub 48 seconds, the only man to do so. Been a sharp start here from McGivern, but nobody's relinquished the lead if they've had that lead after 200 meters. So McGivern tries to get into lane 1 first, but Overall just gets around him, and that could be big because McGivern loses momentum. They nearly clipped each other then about 20 meters past the start-finish line, and that's allowed Matthew Overall to pull away. He's got a gap of 2.5, 3 meters on Liam McGivern, and that could be enough to mean that McGivern doesn't qualify for the final. There's only one runner-up spot to go. Overall is going to qualify for the final. Ducks in under 49 seconds as well, so 48.88, improves on his qualification time, and he joins Krishorn Aiken, Ruja Gardner and Ben Claridge in the final.
In 2, representing Strathclyde, James McCafferty. In 3, representing Leeds University, Harvey Stanfield. From Canterbury, Christchurch, Charlie Singleton. And then in lane 5, representing Loughborough, GB Under-20 International, the reigning England Under-20 outdoor champion, Alice Graduates. And the pleasing the line, representing Strathclyde University, twice Under-20 indoor champion, the box members of the Scottish Indoor Senior Championships, Lewis Brown. Race 5 bar 5, round 2, men's 400.
The fifth and final heat of the men's 400 metres semi-finals. Marcus Archer of Robert Gordon into the blocks in 1. James McClafferty, Strathclyde in 2. Harvey Stainthorpe leads in 3. Charlie Shingleton, Canterbury Christchurch in 4. Ellis Greattrex of Loughborough in 5. Lewis Brown, Strathclyde in lane 6. Who will get the inside line after 200 metres? That is the key to qualification. Greattrex and Brown, both sub 50 seconds. Greattrex in 5, Brown in lane 6. Lewis Brown of Strathclyde has got the better start of the two, and he will have the inside line. This is great stuff from Lewis Brown. Halfway to booking himself a place in the final. Greattrex gives chase. Harvey Stainthorpe of Leeds currently in 3rd place, but he's a long way back. Charlie Shingleton, Canterbury Christchurch in 4th. Now Greattrex tries to find some speed, but Lewis Brown holds on into the final bend. Greattrex leaving it all out there, and he's gaining on Brown here. He's going to go around Brown as well. Ellis Greattrex is going to be the second Loughborough 400 metre runner in the final, and looks to raise the crowd up behind him as well. 48.29 for Ellis Greattrex, stayed on the shoulder of Brown, and he'll be joining Rija Gardner in the final a little bit later on this afternoon. So confirmed victors of the semis. Ben Claridge with a great run out of lane 4 in heat 1. Rija Gardner of Loughborough in heat 2. The winner of heat 3 was Krishawn Aiken. Matthew Overall of Chichester took heat 4, and we've just seen Ellis Greattrex of Loughborough take heat 5. They'll be joined by one fastest runner-up. And the men's 400 metre final will be on track at 3:20, so just an hour and 40 minutes time. What a performance from that man there. Second fastest qualifier, but fastest when it mattered. He'll be in the final a little bit later on today. The BUCS National Athletics, the final day here at the EIS. Must say thank you to our partners as well. The official kit partner Cookery, to Outgoing, Camp America and Ashaway. Huge thank you for all your support of these fantastic championships.